This is an updated video of our calendar notebooks and calendar gradebooks. I do have video tutorials that go through our updated non-teacher and our teacher planner and our 9 different layouts that we offer. But this video specifically is going to go over our calendar notebooks and our calendar gradebooks. They are completely different, so you can either order a calendar notebook or you can order a calendar gradebook. Some teachers think that you can do both. Now, I mean, we can make it work, but you're going to have to request that in the notes if you want to do a combo. But standard, the way that it comes, you either pick a calendar notebook or you pick the calendar gradebook, and that will determine what you get in the back of your planner. So the front of this calendar notebook is going to be the same, whether you get the calendar notebook or gradebook. Now, you will see that I do have a clear pocket folder here. This does not come standard, but I highly recommend this add-on. I cannot live without it. It acts as a sheet protector, but also as a folder because it does have a slit that makes it easy to put things in here. And it is see-through. Again, you can add this to the front or the back, but it is an add-on option. So the front is going to be the same. It starts off with a cover page. Then you're going to have followed by a year at a glance. This one is not fillable, but it is nice to be able to see the entire year. Maybe you want to highlight specific dates. And this is going to be the same in our teacher planners as well. Then it's followed by a full year at a glance, but this one is fillable. So this is nice if you want to do a scope and sequence and plan for your entire year. Some teachers use this to put student birthdays for the year. So you've got options here to use this however you want. Then it's followed by our doodle page. So I get this question a lot. Do the calendar notebooks and gradebooks come with the monthly themed doodle note page? And it does. So you will have the same great doodle. We did update these this year. I drew each of these, so I'm pretty proud and excited to have something that I drew in every planner. And then it's followed by the month dashboard. And then you have your month at a glance. So this is going to be the same whether you get our teacher or non-teacher planner. You've got the entire month of July, updated quote, and a fillable kind of like to-do checklist area. And then this is where it's going to differentiate depending on which type of note page you get. This is our half or our split notes, as we call them. So this one is pretty popular because it has 2 distinct sections. That's why it's called the half note or the split note, because you can use this easily for 2 different like note. If you're taking notes and you want to split it up between 2 different topics, you can easily. I know you could just draw a line, but it is kind of nice that it has its own topic box already divided for you. So you're going to have the month at a glance, and then printed on the back of that. Let's see if I can hold this better. Actually, I'm going to probably angle you down so I don't have to hold it up. So we have, it finishes the month of the glance, and then on the very back is going to be the note page. Then you're going to have a front and back split note. Then you're going to have another split note, but on the next side is going to start the next doodle theme for the next month. So truly you get 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of full notes here, even though they're split. And then you get a little bit of a note section at the top of the doodle page. I know not everyone wants to do the doodles and wants still some notes, so we did, provide lines up here for some notes. And then this is the one for August. And you've got your August month at a glance, split note, split note, split note, split note, and then doodle followed by the month at a glance. And that's going to be the same pattern throughout. And it goes all the way to June. Reminder to order your planner. Then we have this page, which is a 2026 dates to remember. Since we end in June, you may want to have a look at future dates that are not in this planner that you might need until you might need to write down some important dates before you get your next planner. Then you're going to have a ton of note pages here in the back. I believe it's 30 of them in the back. You can always add more if you need more, but this part is just going to be note pages. So that is our split note. It's going to be the same for our calendar notebook that are full notes. The difference is just the style of page. So I added a clear pocket folder. This is also an example of our ruler. This is an add-on option, which is nice to have. And then, so the same thing is going to be true except for the note pages in the back. Oh, I grabbed the calendar gradebook. Did I switch this up? I did. So 1 second. That's our calendar gradebook. I'll go over him in just a minute. So the pages are going to be the same except for in between the months are going to be full note pages. So it's just going to have one topic area at the top and then a bunch of ruled lined notes. And that's going to be the case in between each month. And then in the back, the added note pages, the 30 of them, are going to be all the full ruled notes as well. So these two are our calendar notebooks. And then we have the other option, which is our calendar gradebook. So in between each of the months is going to actually be a half note page. So after your month at a glance, you're going to have split notes. And then after June, you'll have some split notes. And then it's going to go into the gradebook pages. So this is one gradebook spread. And you're going to have 30 of these as well in the back. For most teachers, 30 is plenty, but you can add more if you need to. This is one spread, and I'll go over this real quick. This whole spread is intended for one class, because on this side is going to have the student names all the way to 35 different students. Then you've got your different sections, and you're going to see that it holds up to 38 different columns for 38 different grades or things to check. This column is for student initials, or you could put the students' first names. And that's because I find that when you're going across the coil, it is hard to see which name that you're on. So it's nice to have another little section, but I don't want to take up a whole thing for their name again. So I just had a column for their student initial, and they are numbered all the way to 35 as well. So that will hold up to 35 different students and 38 different columns for grades. And just a quick little tip, if you don't have 35 students, hopefully you don't have 35 in a class, you could start your first student actually on the second one, and I often do that, and I will use the first column to put like the total score or the date of that assignment to give myself a little extra room if you need a little extra room there. And then another tip with the gradebook pages, I actually use an individual gradebook. I don't use this one, but it's just like our individual gradebook. Once I have used all of these up, if I'm going to my next one, it's the same group of kids, I like to fold. You can even cut this if you want, but I typically, it just depends on if I feel like grabbing some scissors or not. But you can fold this, and I will sometimes put a paper clip if I'm feeling extra. If you fold this really nice, you don't have to rewrite the names again. And you have all of the names there. And also when you don't cut it off, like if you want to keep access to whatever was here, you don't lose it. It will add a little bit of thickness, but that is just a tip. So you don't have to keep rewriting the names each time if you are using it for the same class. And then, like I said, there's going to be 30 of these in the back. So that is our calendar gradebook. And these are much, much thinner than our teacher and our non-teacher planners. I can't remember what coil size we use, but it is way smaller. I want to say it's a 9/16 of an inch. Our non-teacher uses a 7/8 inch coil, and our teacher planner uses a 1-inch coil. So if you're wanting a thinner option and you don't need the weekly pages, I highly suggest our calendar notebook or our calendar gradebook. And just to do kind of a side-by-side to our teacher planner, just in terms of thickness, that is the difference. Still a nice sturdy coil, aluminum, but it is going to be much smaller. Now, if you get more add-on pages, we may have to increase the coil size, so just keep that in mind. All right, if you have any questions at all, of course, feel free to reach out. My email is planners@4theloveofpi.com. I hope to help you if you need it.